everyone, I'm Lisa and I'm the founder of Better Slimmer You, and on this channel we talk all things health and fitness, and I'm completely obsessed with being healthy, fit, confident, and feeling great about yourself. And what's most important is I want to be all those things 24/7, 365 days a year, okay? I don't want any roller coaster rides. But that's beside the point, because today I am going to be doing a video about my wisdom teeth surgery that I got last week, and I'm completely recovered now, and that's why I decided to come on here and share with you my experience. So if you want to know what it was and how it went for me, click like and let's get started. Before my surgery, I watched a bunch of videos on this subject, and I was very curious about other people's experiences with the surgery and how it went for them and how long it took them to recover, what they did during the recovery process and all that stuff. So by me making this video, already having had the surgery done, I am hoping that it'll give you a better understanding and perspective on this procedure and maybe kind of like the expectations of it. So I really hope that it helps you if you are going through a surgery. I understand dental stuff can be a little scary sometimes, and you know, especially going through something like surgery and removing your wisdom teeth is not an exception. Like it's a lot. I get it. I really do. I get it. It's a full-blown surgery, okay? And especially oral surgeries, oh my goodness, like they can be terrifying. Let's jump into my experience with it. Here you see the panoramic x-ray of my mouth, and I was getting my bottom wisdom teeth removed. When I scheduled the oral surgery, they did give me two options of the kind of anesthesia that I wanted to be under. It was either a local or general anesthesia. And general anesthesia is basically when they put you to sleep and you are completely unconscious while they are performing the surgery on you, and then you wake up and you don't even remember anything happening to you. Local anesthesia is when they numb the area where they want to do the work, and also occasionally they add a nitrous oxide mask, also known as a laughing gas. It's a funny name, but I know. So basically you stay conscious, but you know, you have this mask covering your nose and supplying the gas. It's basically a mixture of nitrous oxide and oxygen that you breathe in while, you know, they are working on your mouth and removing those wisdom teeth. They say that with nitrous oxide, you do remain conscious, but you don't feel any pain. You only feel a little pressure of the, you know, dental instruments and the work they're doing on you. Even though they did recommend general anesthesia for me to go with, but the thing is, I didn't really feel like it was necessary to like go to sleep for something like this. I thought that I was gonna be able to handle it on its own. I didn't have to be unconscious for, you know, wisdom teeth removal, really. So I just decided to go with the nitrous oxide mask. So here's my take on it. I know they say that, you know, usually you don't really feel pain or anything, you're conscious, but you only feel a little pressure from the instruments and then, you know, dental work and stuff. But what it was for me, like honestly, maybe because my teeth were really hard to take out, like the wisdom teeth, I don't know what was going on, but honestly, it was very uncomfortable. Even with having mask to breathe in through, I was feeling a lot of discomfort during the procedure. It was about 45 minutes and I was done. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times during the surgery, I did have thoughts of regret to not going with, you know, the general anesthesia option. But you know, I toughed it out and I did it, even though it was really uncomfortable. I don't know if I would ever want to repeat that experience, to be honest with you, but hey, it's done, so all good. As for the recovery, the doctor gave me instructions and, you know, all that stuff, post-operative instructions. My doctor did prescribe me an antibiotic and then two other painkillers. One is ibuprofen, and second one, like a stronger one, which thankfully I did not have to use. So on the day of the surgery, he told me to not rinse my mouth, wait until the next day, and the first day was the worst. Like seriously, I was not able to eat anything. I could barely drink water. My mouth was, I don't know, like it was just in pain, and it was swollen right after the surgery. And they did mention that the swelling was not gonna reach its peak for 2 to 3 days. And I was like, you know, I was swollen right after surgery immediately, and I was just curious how much swelling I was gonna get during my recovery. You know, it was not fun. It was definitely not a fun experience. I was bleeding a lot the first day. I remember sleeping a lot, and I was super weak, obviously from not being able to eat anything and barely drinking water. I remember like, yeah, I was just sleeping a whole lot. I got home and I, you know, completely relaxed. And also in terms of the activity, they did tell me that the first 12 to 24 hours I should only rest and relax with minimal activity, and after first 12 to 24 hours, you know, I can resume activity as tolerated. But honestly, I didn't do any exercising during the entire recovery. Sometimes you just gotta allow yourself to take it easy, you know. So yeah, the first day was the worst. I was bleeding, you know, my mouth was bleeding, and then I couldn't drink or eat anything for the entire day. I only could eat, you know, like very soft foods the next day, obviously very carefully. I did start swelling really bad on the second day after the surgery. Thankfully, I only had to use painkiller once, the easier one, not the stronger kind that the surgeon prescribed to me, only one time. So I think that's good. And my recovery, compared to everybody else that I, you know, saw who made videos on this, my recovery was very fast, and I was able to heal faster than most. I did not have a follow-up appointment because, I don't know, I guess my surgery went well. Doctor did tell me that if I had any questions or any concerns or anything, I could call them at any time. And if I was bleeding for longer than normal, that I should call them and make an appointment then. But without that, like, there was no really need for me to go back to the office and see the doctor again. So I started rinsing my mouth with salt water, warm salt water, on the second day after the surgery, and then I continued rinsing for several days after that. Salt kills dental bacteria because it increases the pH level in your mouth. I was advised to rinse my mouth with salt water every 3 to 4 hours, and especially after meals and snacks, to remove any bits of food left around the surgical area. Simply put, salt water acts like a disinfectant agent. During my recovery, I was able to survive on lots of split pea soup, ice cream, which I did find a really good one. It's called the Enlightened ice cream. It's only 80 calories per serving, and it's really delicious, and I suggest you check it out if you can find one in your local supermarket. It's not only light, but it's also, you know, good for you because it's made from like skim milk, and there's, I think, like some protein in there too. So it's a cool ice cream. I also had lots of jello and like pudding stuff, anything soft, and I did have some pancakes also here and there, which, you know, helped me with my carb intake. To, you know, I needed my carbs. That helped me out with that. Yeah, so basically it was like soft foods, and a lot of the times I felt like I was on a baby food diet, which, you know, like it's very similar, especially like if you take all the like little cups of jello with a tiny little spoon. It's so cool. I don't know, I was having fun with it entirely, like the entire recovery. But honestly, like, I started feeling so much better on the second day immediately. Just my face was super swollen. That was the only inconvenience. But other than that, like, after I started having food and I got my energy back up and all that stuff, the only thing that I wasn't able to exercise, obviously, because of the, you know, swelling and all that stuff, but other than that, I was feeling completely fine, and I could do things around the house. I could work on like my project. My total recovery time, I would have to say, was like a week, like 7 days. But to be honest with you, I felt completely fine after like 5 days already. Yeah, it didn't take me a long time to heal at all, because I've seen some people that it took them like up to 2 weeks. So I think I pretty much covered everything in regards to my wisdom teeth removal experience. It was pretty easy, I would have to say. I would not want to go through that again, but have no complaints. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Of course, as always, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!